Movie review. Physical media. Booyah! Tippy time, my damies, and welcome to a very special Halloween holiday episode of Reviewedly Interrupted with me, your host, Pootie Tang. And it's Halloween, of course. Why not go with the absolute classic, the original Halloween? This movie is really fucking great. First, man, I tried to see if this was on like Amazon. I couldn't find it for some reason. The Divimax, I think it's the series Digital Video to the Max or whatever, the 25th anniversary edition. I think I got it at like Kmart when they still existed or something like that. But it's like a pretty cool little 2-disc one and everything. I don't know where I got this. Used somewhere. Oh, I know where I got it. I got it in FYE, which I think stands for For Your Entertainment. I don't know if they're like all over the place, but it's like a little like movie. They got movies, CDs, the music, fucking vinyl, box sets, this and that, and it's a pretty cool little media store. So I mean, they, as far as I know, they still exist. I don't know, but I picked this one up there, and it's a pretty neat little 2 DVD set. But I need to upgrade this to Blu-ray. I know, this is the copy I have. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Someday I will upgrade it to Blu-ray, excuse me. But why not make the first Halloween holiday episode about the original Halloween? I mean, it's one of the best slashers ever. You know, it doesn't get over the top, crazy bloody. You know, it's one of those movies where it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's some blood in it, but it's like, it's more just the violence and the proposed violence that could be happening, and everything else is just it's just the vibe, you know, the vibe of the movie. And it's like, that's what makes it such a solid slasher, is that fucking the way he stalks, and he's slowly stalking, and it seems like he's getting closer, and he's getting closer, and he's getting closer each time, you know, and it becomes like claustrophobic in a way, and creepy, just the way he is. He's just very creepy. And even when he's just standing there, it's like this, like he's holding back all this violence, because you know what he's capable of. You know, after you've seen the movie, you're like, oh yeah, this guy, he doesn't give a fuck, you know. He's just all about it. He's got his focus, and he is about murder. And you know, at Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, we got the classic mask. It is the Michael Myers mask. Anybody who's watched like the franchise movies, man, I got a runny nose, man. It's been cold. I've had a runny nose almost like for fucking 2 weeks straight or something. I feel like one of Bebe's kids or some shit. It's weird. Oh yeah, I'm actually I just picked this up at Spirit Halloween. Like, I saw this mug and I was like, I have to have this mug. This mug is fucking great. I love Leatherface. He's fucking awesome. But yeah, you know, the masks down the road, they subsequently got like really weird and different. I don't know why they changed it at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. There's probably some, like, because I got some of the franchise movies, like when you get in the middle there, that don't really have any special features on the DVD copies I got. But I'm sure if I got, like, you know, some real copies and really like just watched the movies and then went through the special features with the interviews and all that stuff, I would get more in depth about why the mask changed. And it's like, I don't know, if you've like read anything or watched any docs or anything about the movie and everything, you know how they got the masks made. So I'm not even going to go into that shit because oh Billy Shatner is not a fan of mine. I was one of the 8 billion people he blocked on Twitter because, you know, he doesn't like being heckled. But yeah, like this movie is just so great. And the music, I mean, you watch Halloween 1 and then you watch Halloween 2 and you listen to the music. I mean, yes, there's these different layers. Like Carpenter was so great at like just building these layers of sound that just got like denser with just creepiness, you know, that just added to it, just real poignant, almost like the psycho type, like fucking like discordant, high discordant, you know, and like, and the way that he'll add like another little like theme to it and then another one and it kind of builds and then it just like goes away, you know. He really did a great job. But it's if you listen to it, there's not a lot of like different things. You could tell he's like doing keyboard shit, so it's like maybe there's actually only like 3 keyboard tracks on that or something, or 4. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is like it seems like there's not like a ton, right? Like you would like, even though he's building it with like you know, what would be like strings, you know, like in different shit like that. It's not like that same fullness as like a full like orchestral score that they do for movies, but it's like he's got all these elements that are perfect, like the Hollywood sound, but just like very minimal. And then you go to like Halloween 2 and like you can already hear a difference. You like, he's using a lot of the same themes, of course, like, but he's also like switching them up. There's like more layers to it. It's like he definitely like upped the game there. But that original score just gives it a real fucking, I don't know. It adds to the element of like just suspense and just like I said, like creepiness about Michael Myers and everything else. It just adds to that vibe. Just that the music is very driving in that. I think that's why it became like a theme and a soundtrack that, you know, along with the movie, people are just like, dude, this fucking soundtrack is tight. And it really is. Like, John Carpenter does great soundtracks. He does some really cool shit, you know? And like Halloween is no exception, you know? It's pretty fucking good, man. And old Mikey Myers and everything. Fucking, I don't know. It's one of the epitome holiday movies. I mean, they could have called it something completely different. They could have not called it Halloween at all, you know? But it would still be like cornerstone Halloween holiday watch movie, you know? Because it takes place on Halloween and it's so fucking good. You know, it's like how it just leaves it open. Like here's where if they didn't make a part 2, what would make part 1 even nuttier, okay? Because like part 2 basically added to the backstory of Michael Myers. Oh, Laurie Strode is actually his fucking sister, and that's why he's fucking after her. In the first one, it's almost like he has no fucking clue who she is. He just happened to see her through the window at that moment, and he fixated on her. He just was nuts and fixated on her, you know? So, I mean, that makes the fucking first one even like ugh, even more, you know, that even though it's not like, you know, blood and guts gory, you know, there's some blood, but it's not like fucking, oh my lord, it's like buckets and buckets of blood, you know? No, but like it's just like that ugh. It's like I look over like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. It has like some deaths in there and shit like that. A little bloodier at times. There's a few moments, but for the most part, it's just the violence and the just ickiness of the bad guys and the vibe and everything, you know? And it's like that same way. It's like, even though Halloween is, you know, more on a mainstream bent than I would say Henry Portrait of a serial killer was, it's still got that same vibe of just like grit. Like there's this about like Michael Myers in that first one. Like like if you just watch it as it is, disregard all the sequels and everything. It's like, oh man, Michael Myers could just be like a really fucking nutty dude, like really wild. My cat wants outside. I don't know. Let me just pause. Let me just pause this and open up for the cat here. There we go. There we go. Resume. All right. Yeah, it's always awesome to watch this movie. It's like I like a lot of the sequels. It's like I said, The Mask like kind of like throws me off. Like some of the ones in the middle, like what was it? Curse? It was The Curse of Michael Myers, I think. And it was just kind of like The Mask was like, what are they doing? Are they even trying? What's going on here? Like this is nothing like the original. But like this one definitely is that epitome, and it's just like Donald Pleasance. It's like the way he plays the character. It's like there's definitely a madness in Loomis. Like there's this madness in him, where don't know why, when, how shit happened that he kind of just, you know, snapped a little bit, but it's like you see it there. Like just the way he is, and it's just like he'll be talking to someone and it's like he's like his eyes are off, like his brain is just fucking doing something else, and he's just like kind of on autopilot like in the conversation or something. And it's just like that obsession and madness in Loomis that gets carried on is like really cool. But it's like even in the first one you see, it's like he's already like deeply affected, you know, like Michael Myers, like I guess you would assume it would be Michael Myers that kind of like, you know, just drove this obsession and this madness in him, you know. And like that makes Michael Myers even fucking crazier if you think about it. Oh Lord. But yeah, I mean this there's one part where I'm like, that's kind of funny. Okay. Like when Lori gets in the house and she's like, get upstairs, tells the little boy, it's like, man, motherfucker, get upstairs, and locks the door and everything like that. And then she looks over and she sees that the window's open, right? The door window dealio or whatever. And she hears his breathing and she's like, oh God, he's in here. It's like Michael Myers doesn't seem like the I'm going to hide behind the couch and jump out at her kind of guy. That part cracked me up because I was like, I don't know. It's people might like not like what I'm about to say. They might like take it the wrong way, but it's kind of corny. But it's like it's one of those like you just imagine sitting there eating popcorn. And it's just like that happens. You're like, oh shit, you know, and you throw a little popcorn up or something. It's just like one of those fun, like jump scare moments that, you know, like back in the day just had people like fucking, oh shit, Michael Myers, you know? And but that's, it seems like it, like the corniness almost didn't fit with a lot of the other movie, even though it's like, of course the movie's gonna be corny. It was made like at a time when that's how a lot of movies, like the vibe they had. It was just like even if you watch fucking like movies that came a little later on, like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, there's that element that almost like Halloween kind of really started there, where I don't know, it's just that vibe of that time, that late 70s movie vibe, you know. And it's like with the man, I don't know. There's this movie. You just start talking about it, and it's like you can just get in this rabbit hole of like all these different facets of it, you know, and that's why it remains like a lot of people's favorite. Like this is like I love this one. This is not at the top of my Halloween franchise list, unfortunately. It is number 2 on my list. This is my gal's absolute favorite horror movie, favorite movie. She loves this fucking movie, and that is awesome. It's like I'm one of those fucking dipshits. It's like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, just because it's like right plopped right in the middle, and it's like it's like the I don't give a fuck. I'm here. What you gonna do about it? Movie in the franchise. That's why I love it. But like this one is just so classic. Every time I watch it, I'm like, fuck yeah! It makes me want to just like zip through all the movies and just like really follow it. I don't have a couple of the newer ones yet, and I got to get like all these on fucking Blu-ray, right? But but yeah, I haven't seen like the Halloween Ends and all those. Like the last 3, I haven't seen the new last trilogy dealio yet. I'll like end up picking those up. It's just, as you know, physical media collectors. So there's like that, but there's like 10 billion other things, and it's like you got to pick and choose. So like, but eventually I'm gonna like get those, and it'll be fun to just binge from 1 all the way through, or maybe even just like do 3 first just to get it out of the way, and then just go on a fairly cohesive storyline through with the other ones. But like yeah, this is a fucking classic, and it just stood the test of time. It's like this movie is one of those movies like in the like golden era. There was like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, all that classic shit. This is from an era when like new, real new motherfuckers were like taking that place. The next gen of like horror monster greats. You know, Michael Myers is up there. There's, you know, we know all the rest of them. We know all the rest of them. I'm not going to get in the list. I'm not going to do another stupid list thing. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Like seriously, if you haven't seen the original, it's like, go fucking watch it. It's fun. Like I can't believe anybody that hasn't seen it. I mean, everybody has to at least know about it a little bit. But yeah, pick up a copy if you want. I haven't checked yet. It might be on Tubi. I wouldn't, and like this is a very like maybe, because sometimes it's like shit pops up on Tubi for a little bit that's like, oh wow, dude, and this might be on there. I don't know, but if it is, the link will be in the things enough for you to look in the things. But yeah, this has been me signing your pity on the runny kind for Halloween 10/31/23. Ooh, the very first Halloween episode, doing John Carpenter's Halloween. But since I've signed your pity on the runny kind, this has been me, your host, Pootie Tang, and Reviewedly Interrupted, and Wadata. Till next time. Ugh. Ew, Michael Myers so scared. Booyah!